Today we're going to show you how to remove a shift linkage and change all the necessities to get rid of the slop on your shifter. What up, Jay?
What's up?
So here Jay went and got all the same thing that Louise got, and it's not going to be fun to put that bushing in, that's damn sure. Okay, so we're doing this on an Integra, 95 Integra. First thing you want to do is remove the screws here on this side, on this side and on the other side, and then there is a two 10mm bolts right here. Remove that, and as you can see, Jay is struggling.
Oh, good.
And then there's a screw here, and a screw over there, and then this should just slide right out. Before removing your shift linkage, make sure you remove your shift knob too, because otherwise you won't get it past this bad boy right here, and it'll get stuck. Carefully remove this and unplug the cigarette lighter in the back.
In the ashtray.
Jay, of course, he has the ITR little bits and pieces like this right here and this right here.
This is off of the JDM?
JDM ITR and the JDM ITR bezel here with his Integra Type R cluster. Looking mad sick. Okay, that's out of the way. Now, what we got to do is, this is what his problem is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is not supposed to happen.
It's in gear, neutral.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. So where Jay's going to jack it up from is that jack point right.
That's where I'm going to place the jack.
That's where he's going to place the jack set, right there.
That's what I'm like right here.
Oh, the sticker's over there. Jay is currently running, what are these? Enki what? RPF 1s with Skunk 2 extended lugs and Tenzer.
No, they're APR extended.
APR extended studs and Skunk 2 lug nuts with Tenzo R rotors. 12-inch rotors. God damn, those things are huge. And what kind of calibers? Brembo?
Yeah, they're Brembos.
Brembos.
Off of a Porsche Boxer.
Okay, now we can do this bad boy right now. That little doohickey right here. Oh fuck, you can't see it. But that right there, there's two 12s. Just disconnect that and this whole shaft, this whole arm will drop, and then you gotta go to the front of the motor. There's two 12s. There's one here and one on that side. Okay, so when you're down here, you need to remove this fuck. Oh, he has an oil leak. We need to remove this fucker right here, and then underneath this, right there, that little pin, that thing right there, you're gonna have to hit that out with like a 7mm socket and a hammer, and then the whole thing should drop. You can just pull it forward. You don't even have to disconnect the exhaust. Okay, so we took the thing off. It dropped right here on the floor. It just literally slides right out once you get it off. But right now, I'm gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna degrease his shift linkage so that way you can get rid of all this nasty caca. It looks to me like Jay has a Hasport shift linkage, which is really, really good. But unfortunately that went out, so he's going to swap that with an OEM part, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Hasport shifter is golden from what I've seen. So we're going to change this out with a new OEM one, and no more slop. Upon further inspection, it is a Hasport shift linkage, which is upsetting because Hasport is really expensive, and I don't think they have lifetime warranty on these things. Yep, probably not. Okay, so then you put the new scrunchie on and it goes on the ball.
It's not flush yet.
And then you pulled up the new boot. He didn't have a new boot, but we're gonna have to reuse this one because fuck it. But
YOLO.
Yeah, because YOLO. He was thinking about changing these out with bone Swiss bearings from.
What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Some fucking Black Panther ABAC 9s?
Write it in the comments.
Write it in the comments below. What do you think? What kind of skateboard bushing should we put in there?
Bearings?
Right, I meant bearings, not bushings. Oh, look everyone, it's Luis. He brought the wire. After pressing in the new bushing, which took a while, because it was a bitch. Now we got to put the new shift linkage on it and then connect everything, and it's good to go. It is currently the next day, and today my friend Brandon came by with his Genesis. So I just cleaned up his engine bay for him. It didn't look this good before. Let me tell you, it looked like shit. But Brandon has a thing he wants to do. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I know you guys can. So he's going with a new XD throwout bearing and act clutch and flywheel. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. This is just like a typical Nissan where the transmission is longwise, perpendicular, latitude, longitude. But man, this does look good. It looks really, really clean. No more dirt, no more grime. I don't get how he had so much oil on here. He's never had an oil leak ever. I've like owning this car for like 7, 8 years. But I think after everything's all said and done, I'm going to armor all everything for him so that way it looks, you know what I'm saying? Also, after I finished the shift linkage for Jay yesterday, I did clean up the garage. The whole garage is cleaned up now. All the parts and tools are put away. I'm giving Louise my Beeks tie bar that I was going to polish. I took off the sticker and everything. My GSR sway, the brackets and everything. This is all going to be for his car, so that way when he's doing turns, he's pretty solid. What exactly are you doing right now?
Taking off the million clips that there are to the transmission that send signal to the ECU. I want to say there's 13 to 14 bolts that hold the transmission, or the bell housing of the transmission to the motor. And then just to drop it after we remove all those, there are 4 14 mil bolts right here to the cross member holding it with the transmission mount. Once you remove that, it'll drop down, as well as removing the 3 bolts holding the drive shaft to the transmission.
Do you have to remove the exhaust?
No, the exhaust is perfectly out of the way.
Finish that. There's fucking
14?
one more bite.
Oh, 14. That would be no point in calling it Lazy Man Garage.
Well, I named it after Louise.
Well, I mean, eating food makes you lazy too, because you get all fat and slow and want to just sit there.
All you can see is your fucking beard.
That's all it is, man.
Cause your white ass arm is in the way and all you see is fucking beard.
It's the giant beard. That's all it is. And starter bolt.
I'm not gonna get into focus.
Sticker.
See along that starter bolt? I know it's not on. Just hit the top button.
There goes Louise. Oh, Louise, say the hi.
Did you see the fucking Honda I sent you?
Yeah.
That shit was lit.
Is it bitch on?
Oh. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, you're leaking from this bolt.
That's because when you fucking hose down the engine bay.
Looks like oil.
That's not oil. Why would oil be dripping from the motor mount bolt? That's water, bro. That's really cold.
You're always eating, man. Change this fucking channel to Fat Man Garage. He already dropped his, what's it called again? Drive shaft?
Yeah, drop that.
Drive shaft. Show me how it looks.
I need a 12, dude.
Yeah.
I need Schweiz.
Yeah, no,
I need Schweiz.
And then she's like, oh, you know,
Pressure plate.
because I think it was like Kevin. I think it was you. And I was like,
Fuck.
oh, you Kevin?
That's the Corey I'm talking about. I was chilling with
this white Corey.
yeah, me and him
I
were
thought you
chilling.
were-
I was like, I'm gonna catch something.
But she asked me something, or she said something like, she like, it's gonna fucking fall. Because they're all
Upside down.
fucking clumsy.
There's
And the box fall. She's like, oh, that's so
flywheel. Never.
And there goes the XD aftermarket throwout bearing that he's going to be putting in the Genesis right here. I know I didn't show a lot of the progress because I didn't want to get in their way, but they're doing a lot. Brandon, you want to tell them your channel?
I don't have a name yet, but Chris will give you guys a name when he puts the video up.
When I put the video out, I will leave a link to his channel in the description below.
Correct.
So, and to his Instagram. So if you guys want to follow his Genesis build, there you guys can.
This so bad. Like it's
All right, Brandon. So talk to me. What are you doing?
trying to force the, well, not force, but push the transmission. You okay? Breathe for a second.
Oh. Is that clutch supposed to move like that?
Yeah, it was moving. It was moving when I was tightening everything.
It's 1 a.m. and we made a common mistake. We put the fucking clutch in backwards. We put that shit in backwards because we were too excited to see how it would sound and how it would be and drive and all that shit, and we didn't bother to look at the sticker that said this side out. So we kind of fucked up, but we had to drop the transmission again, and I'm helping this time, and fucking right now they're over there just bolting everything back up. But yeah, we almost got it all done already. So once that's all said and done, hopefully he'll come by tomorrow and we can check it out and see how it drives. Maybe he'll even take me for a ride, which I'm kind of scared of, because this motherfucker drives like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, I drive like a bat out of hell, but with the new clutch, you gotta do the break-in process just like anything you put into your motor or power-wise. You gotta run roughly 300 to 500 miles on it, and that's the break-in process. But yes, we did run into that problem where we put the clutch disc in backwards. One side it says transmission face, and we got a little carried away, a little excited. It does happen, but yeah.
His throwout bearing's weird as fuck too. Like his throwout bearing runs off of brake fluid, which is really weird. It has like a little neck that goes to.
There's no clutch master cylinder.
Yeah, there's no clutch master cylinder, which is really weird. Little fucking piece of glue stuck to my soda. Soda, hey boys. Share that shit with share Coke with the leader. I'm not a leader. All right, so it's the next day, and it's late as fuck, and I wanted to give you a rundown on what happened with the Genesis. So the Genesis, we got it done. Louise and Brandon were taking out the transmission, and they put the clutch backwards. Didn't even know myself that you could. Apparently there's a sticker that says this way out, and I guess in the moment of them being excited for the clutch, they didn't do that. So they dropped the transmission, and we dropped the transmission, took the clutch off, the pressure plate off, and flipped the clutch around, bolted it all back up. We're like, all right, cool, it's good, right? It should be good. But then trouble started to rear its ugly head. That being said, we put the transmission back against the fucking motor, and we're like, something's missing. Why isn't the starter going in? Like, what the fuck? Like, why is it not going in? And man, wouldn't you fucking believe it? We're like, why isn't it not going in? What the fuck? We look. Neutral safety switch wire was wrapped around the fucking starter, and in between the bell housing and the motor itself. So when we closed it, it pinched the wire and fucked it up. Luckily, thanks to Young Static, I watch a lot of his depinning videos and all of his other videos. So I depinned it with my tools over there and rewired it. We had to take the transmission back off because there was not a lot of movement to get it out. So when we took the transmission off, we took the wire out, put the transmission back, put the starter back, snipped the wire, brought the wire down, depinned it, put more wire into it, heat shrinked, loomed, and all that shit, and then we put it back, and now the car is running cherry. But I'm going to end the video here. So far in this video, we got Jay's Integra all done with his Hasport OEM combo, rebuilt, new collar, scrunchie, all that shit. He loves the way it shifts now, so that's good. I dealt with 2 transmissions this week, which was pretty hectic. Brandon's car, his Hyundai Genesis, now has an ACT clutch in it. I think it's a stage 3 clutch. Well, it has a 6-puck, so I don't know which stage that is. And an XZD throwout bearing, which surprisingly runs on brake fluid, but I digress. So all their cars and everything's all done, and I'm gonna get started for this week's video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like that. Make sure to like that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment. I always reply to any comments that you guys put. And make sure to subscribe, tell your friends and family about me. If you guys want anything from Neo's Garage or my other sponsor, Activio Racing, their links will be in the description below. Please click on the links. It helps me out. It'll help you out in the long run. But remember, at Neo's Garage, you don't need no credit. No problem. So if you wanted to do any financing on a part, you can. Let Neo know that I sent you, and like I said, everything. His Instagram will be in the link down below, along with his link to his website. Activio Racing's website will be down there below, also with their Instagram. So make sure you guys check those out. Tell them Lazy Man Garage sent you. But with that being said, I'm Chris from Lazy Man Garage, and we get shit done when we feel like it. Peace.